Welcome to another episode of Learn and Grow with SYKES Academy. My name is Brian Camacho, and I am an English specialist at the SYKES Mexico EPUB department. As you can see, we will be studying basic punctuation in English, so let's get started. Compared to Spanish, punctuation is very simple to use in English, and that's why it's more difficult for us as well. Today, we'll be checking some rules of how to use periods and commas in English. In order to understand better how to use this punctuation, it's very convenient to take into consideration that there are four kinds of sentences in English. These are going to work as our guidelines to use punctuation properly. These four kinds of sentences are simple, compound, complex, and complex compound sentences. In today's video, we only talk about the first two of them, so you know how to use commas properly when you're writing an email or taking a customer's request in the chat. So let's begin with some examples of simple sentences. 1. They have been trying to validate the warranty. 2. The customer called 3 times last week. So they are independent clauses, sentences, complete ideas. So first rule of punctuation, a period is always used after a complete idea. Let's now go over the compound sentences. These are formed by two independent clauses, two sentences, joined by a coordinating conjunction. So these conjunctions are very easy to remember if you use this acronym, fanboys. So what does fanboys stand for? F for A and, N nor, B but, O or, Y yet, S so. Now, it's also very important to remember that a clause is always formed by a subject and a verb. Here you have an example of a compound sentence. The customer was complaining and the agent was listening. In this example, we have two independent clauses, two sentences, joined by the conjunction and, in other words, joined by a fanboy. Now, talking about punctuation. A very important characteristic of the compound sentences is that a comma must be included before the coordinating conjunction, before the fanboy. Here you have another example sentence. We wanted to access the bank app, but the client lost his card. In this one, but is a coordinator, joining two independent clauses, so a comma must be placed before it. Now, we don't always need to use a comma before these fanboys, so be careful. For example, with these kind of sentences. That article is neither interesting nor accurate. This sentence does need a comma before nor. Okay, it's true that nor is a fanboy, a coordinator. However, in this sentence, we don't have two independent clauses or two sentences joined by this coordinator. That's why we don't need a comma before nor. Remember, a clause is always formed by a subject and a verb. So in this case, the word accurate is definitely not a clause. Therefore, that sentence is not a compound sentence, period. It's just a simple sentence, period. Well, that's all for today. We hope you can take summarized notes about this information because it will for sure help you when you write your emails and help customers in the chat. My name is Brian Camacho. See you soon in another episode of Learn and Grow with SYKES Academy.